Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Attack on Titan. This is season 1, episode 10. Last time around, we just talked about it. Just came off of episode 9. A lot of stuff happened. We have so many questions about everything, and especially what happened in the end with Eren saving Mikasa and Armin from that cannonball by turning into a quarter of a Titan, of a corpse, sort of what does that mean? It's questions. Are you ready to jump into this? Absolutely. Then let's do it. And you can of course always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Attack on Titan. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. Let's go.
一度は巨人の餌食となったエレン・イェーガーは謎の巨人の中から再び姿を現す。
So fucking crazy, this story, when you think about it. It's...
Welcome to anime!
Imagination-wise, the people behind this, and there are a lot of other animes that impressive. Or well, I should say the people who wrote the manga, because they came up with the story and the world and all of it.
俺たちの仕事ってのはつまりは巨人に食われるまで戦わされ続けるってことなんだろう。食い殺されるくらいならきっといいわ。
Oh shit. He is completely losing it. She's hungry.
Go friggin' eat something.
おい、煙が壁の中だ。なんだ。
Now everybody's gonna find out.
まさか巨人の蒸気。おい。
Go have a look. All right. What the fuck happened?
どうなってんだこれは。
Exactly. It's alive? Well, he's alive.
俺たちに一段装填させろ。
Okay, Eren's fine. Ish. Wow.
なんだこれは。
There's some power.
今僕たちは巨大な骨格の
エレンが私たちを守った。今はそれだけ理解できればいい。
内側にだけ花。
おい。これはわからん。ただこいつはもう蒸発する。巨人の死体と同じだ。少し離れるぞ。
Where to go?
オレンジの地下室。そこに行けば全てわかるって親父が言ってた。だとしたらなんで隠した。その情報は何千人もの調査兵団が命を落としても求め続けた。
It's a good question.
そもそも俺たちを5年もほっといてどこで。
エレン、今は他にすべき。
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to get the...
Fuck out of there.
Yeah.
どこにどうやって。
とりあえずどこでもいい。そこから壁を越えて地下室を目指す。もう一度巨人になってからな。
そんなことができるの。
どうやって自分の腕を動かしているのか説明できないようにな。さっきは無意識に砲弾を防ぐことだけを考えた。
Oh yeah, that was the injection thing again as well. Like, he wouldn't know what to do, but it would be instinctive, sort of a deal. Oh, that can't be good.
顔色もひどいし、呼吸も荒い。明らかに体に異常をきたしている。
Yeah, you can't do it all the time.
私が追いつけなければ私に構う必要はない。ただし、私が従う必要もない。
いい加減にしろって言ってんだろうが。俺はお前の弟でも子供でもねえぞ。
Okay.
All right.
僕は何度も二人に助けられたけど、僕が二人を助けたこととうとう一度もないままだ。もうこれで 3人が揃うこともないだろう。
エレン、私は
待てよミカさん、考えは2つあるって言っただろ。アルミン、あとはお前の判断に任せる。
Oh.
無茶を言うが、アルミンがもしここで俺は脅威じゃないってことを駐屯兵団に説得できるというなら、
Yes.
Yeah.
俺はお前を信じてそれに従う。15秒以内に決めてくれ。できるかできないか。俺はどっちでもお前の意見を尊重する。
You can do it, Armin.
Save your friends.
Yes.
お前ってやばい時ほどどの行動が正解か当てることができただろ
いつそんなことが。
Just
う。い
do
ろ
it.
いろあっただろう。
That was 15 seconds.
僕が勝手に思い込んでただけだ。
Yeah, you're capable.
勝手に
Doubts.
自分は無力で足手まといだと。2人はそんなこと思ってなかったのに。
Oh.
僕に命を預けると
Come
言っている
on.
2人。僕がこの世で最も
They're getting there.
信頼している人間だ。
That's way more than 15 seconds. Come on.
No, 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 no.
私は合図を送る。
彼は人類の敵ではありません。そもそも我々が彼をどう認識するかは問題ではないのです。大勢の者が彼を見たと聞きました。
Yeah, exactly.
確かにそうだ。巨人が味方、そんなバカな。
Fight him with rationality.
迎撃態勢を取れ。
Oh, God, this fucking guy.
He's so paranoid. You can't even.
考えることを放棄してる。考えることが怖いんだ。
He's scared of thinking.
ミカさん。
Alright, listen here, you mother...
人類の栄光を願い、これから死にゆく全てもの間に彼の戦術価値を研ぎます。
The power of intense yelling.
Yeah.
Someone stop this guy.
予算か。
Yep.
相変わらず図体の割には小鹿のように繊細な男で。
Is it
ピクシスじゃ。
Pixis? Yeah, there we go.
お前にはあの者の見事な敬礼が見えんのか。お前は増援の指揮につけ、わしはあの者らの話を聞いた方がいい気がするな。
The flowers. There's something about the flowers.
ドットピクシス。彼はトロスト区を含む南側領土を統括する最高責任者であり、
やはり見当たらんか。超絶美女の巨人になら食われてもいいんだがの。
You what?
そして生来の変人としても知
Yeah,
られ
that's
ている。
eccentric.
お主は先ほど巨人の力とやらを使えばこの町の奪還も可能だと申したな。あれは本当にそう思ったのか、それとも苦し紛れの命乞いか。
あの時僕が言おうとしたことは、巨人になったエレンがあの大岩を運んで破壊された扉を塞ぐということでした。もちろん助かりたい一心でしたが。
何より信用できる言葉だ。どうじゃ家がくねえよ。お主は穴を塞ぐことができるか。
それは。
Perhaps?
You can try.
無責任に答えるわけには。
ああ、そうじゃの。すまんかった。質問を間違えてしもうたわ。お主はやるのかやらんのか。どっちだ。
Yes or no? Do or do not?
There is no try. Oh,
Wow.
okay.
I'm seeing what it really looks like.
Good. Let's do this.
やります。やります。穴を塞げるかどうかは分かりません。でもやります。
Fuck, are these episodes really 20 minutes long? It doesn't feel like it.
Quickest 20 minutes of my life.
Yeah, you can say that again. Well, that was episode 10. felt like more of an episode setting up some things. Like we didn't have any like big shock or big revelation in this one necessarily. It's more, getting out of that situation that they were in with that very paranoid captain, people who wouldn't trust them or didn't trust them. They found a way to get out of it, and now it seems like it's all about getting to this fucking basement and getting a big ass boulder and sealing up the hole in the wall. And the question is whether or not Eren, as a Titan, can do that. But it seems like they're gonna give it a go. They're gonna do it. It was the whole do or do not. There is no try thing that we had in the end with this guy, Pixis. Pixis. Funny name.
Lovely name.
Lovely name. And he's eccentric. And then we got that like right after he said that thing about, oh, I wouldn't mind being eaten by a beautiful Titan woman. What, dude? I don't think that's any less horrifying or painful than getting eaten by a male Titan. And can you even talk about male and female Titans? Yeah. He's an interesting fella. There's that word again. Interesting. But yeah, what did you think about this episode?
I don't think much happened. I think the most central part of this, I think the episode was called Response. And I think the most important thing was this response, and this response was mainly Armin's response.
Yes.
So this was about Armin kind of facing his demons, his own demons.
Yeah.
And I think most people can relate to this, like how we sometimes see ourselves and how we often see ourselves in a bad light. And sometimes all we need is someone else to say, I never thought about you that way. And you just like, and sometimes it's not gonna make the demons go away, but it's definitely going to be a realization that, hey, it's all in my head. This is all like, it's my demons.
Yeah, it's something that I have to work with, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody else thinks the same of me that I do. And Armin was really in that headspace where I can't do anything. I'm putting my friends in danger. I can't help them. They keep saving me. I can never save them. But then he actually got that opportunity, and I thought, yeah, that was pretty beautiful. The way that they really just like, we trust you, man. Like we've always thought very highly of you, in a sense, like that you can definitely do this. But you have your strengths, and So as you're saying, that realization, that was just extremely important for Armin in that moment, and it gave him the strength to run out there and start yelling at the captain, and it became a battle of words instead.
Or yelling, basically.
Or yelling, intense yelling. Didn't sway the captain, seemed like it swayed pretty much everyone else, and then it was a good thing that Pixis showed up and was like, that's enough. You go and command the reinforcements. But he's still like, that guy is just so paranoid and afraid and aggressive that I maybe would have told him to take a step back, maybe don't be on the front lines, go talk to a fucking therapist or something.
Yeah, but also the way that he constantly, or not constantly, but at least he's often mentioning, you have to follow the rules, that you're not acting according to the rules.
Procedures.
Yeah, rules and procedures, and then he started like, you're traitors to the humanity or whatever. Yeah. And it's just like, he's so obsessed by the rules that he's getting paranoid if people don't follow them. And like, I definitely know people like this. And I'm not really sure, but it's a tiny bit fascistic, isn't it?
Oh yeah, this whole notion of like no free thinking or no individual thinking there. It's just like he wasn't even thinking. He was just adhering to his training or his rules. And because of this situation being something new that he just couldn't handle, he was like, he just panicked and could only adhere to what he knew. So yeah, that is definitely dangerous, and it might be something akin to fascism. But yeah, he's not a good leader. Not a good leader, and I hate the fact that he's still leading people. It seems,
and he's leading reinforcement.
And he's gonna become a problem again.
Yeah, it's gonna be a huge problem,
isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like he thinks he is right.
Yes.
And you know how like the most dangerous people are usually the ones that know they believe that they're right.
Yes.
So he's become very self-righteous, and that's dangerous, especially when he's in charge of like a whole
group of people. Yeah.
He can just basically manipulate with them because he has that authority, and then he can manipulate them into thinking that, well, Aaron's a Titan and he is a traitor to them.
Yeah. He can manipulate them down the same path that he's on, where you don't need to think about it. You just need to follow the rules. You just need to do what I'm telling you to do. And they might be inclined to do so because of everything that is happening. And we keep seeing how people are breaking down and want to commit suicide, or like they just can't handle the situation. They're seeing their friends die in front of them. To be able to just switch all of that off and just fucking follow orders. That's it. I'm sure that can be alluring. And some people might be able to speak more to that who've actually been to war or have, soldier experience in the military or whatnot. I know like no one has experience fighting Titans in real life, but like these situations,
imminent
I'm sure
danger and high risk of dying.
Yes.
And that soldier breaking down,
it's very applicable to real life.
Yeah, definitely. The way that he's like, well, but I felt nothing, and I was just glad that it wasn't me being eaten.
Yeah.
And then he got down a really dark path and all that. But it also, I think it kind of tied in together a little bit with what Pixis said, because he asked Armin, hey, are you, why were you saying these things? Like, why did you want to use his power? Was it just like basically just pure hot air? What was it called?
No, or just asking, did you say it just because you wanted to survive, or was it an actual plan?
Yeah, and he said, well, a bit of both, and tried to say, well, I kind of thought maybe we could use Aaron's powers for this and that. And then he said, but of course I wanted to survive, and Pixis were like, yeah, that's the one.
I can trust that, because that's something that we all
innate.
Have. Yeah, we all have this like survival instinct. Most humans do.
Everybody wants to survive, unless like you're deeply down, like deeply depressed.
Yes, and some people might be able to throw away their own life to save others. But that's like, I'm sure that's in reality extremely rare. Most people will probably go into that survival instinct.
No, but it's still like if you have the choice to survive or throw yourself in to save others. I don't think those two are completely like one-to-one comparisons, because we all want to survive, of course, but if you see no other option to save your friends, it's not the same thing as...
No, but if it was you or your friends, not a case of it's you and your friends, no matter what, but it's like if it was a person who was like, I'm in the clear, but I could also save my friends, but then I will die. Kind of a deal. I don't know exactly like specifically what situation that would be, but you could imagine people finding themselves in that situation, and a handful of people, many people might at that point be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna survive.
I still don't think it's, well, yeah, it's definitely that, but I still don't think it's a one-to-one comparison. I still think that, like, well, it's innate in all of us that we want to survive by all means. But then there's something more than that. You can overrule your own survival instinct.
That's what I mean. That can happen. I don't know if it's rare. I can imagine it might be rare, but I don't know, because I haven't been in a situation like that. Thankfully, you haven't either. And hopefully we never will be in that life or death situation.
But it's something you toy with, right? You have the classical, like, if you were being pushed out of a plane and you only had like 2 parachutes and there are 2 others with you that was pushed. Who would you save?
What would you do in that situation? And it's difficult for us to say without having been in that situation. We can always say that I would like to think that I would be the bigger person and I could say, you know what, you 2 survive, I will sacrifice myself. But I don't know how I would behave in that situation.
No.
I might be like, give me that fucking thing so I can survive and screw you guys. But
yeah, it's just something we did as kids, at least, or me and my.
Oh, you discussed stuff like that as kids?
That would be something like, instead of fuck, marry, kill, it would be like, who would you save if you were pushed out of a plane?
That's dark. But yeah,
I'm very bored.
Fair enough. But yeah, cool episode, setting some stuff up. Very curious about like if they can get to the basement, what's in it, what's that gonna mean? Are they gonna get all the answers? Nah, don't think so. Probably gonna give them some answers, and then a lot more questions are gonna pop up. If they do get to the basement in the next episode or the one after that,
it's gonna take a while, right?
In this season, maybe there's gonna be twists and turns along the way. That's for sure. But do you have anything else you want to add to this one? Nope. All right, then that's gonna do it for this reaction and review of Attack on Titan Season 1, Episode 10. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.